Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart, Patricia Stuart Originals. I wonder if you thought about using, whether it's rice paper or deli paper, to do some prints, some organic type of prints. I know people are always looking to do some different organic prints. So earlier I was using my 16 by 20 gel plate, and here I have some very thin rice paper, and so I just pulled a print from the jelly plate, and I also stumbled on these things online. I'm not sure what they really are, but they look like corn stalks or something, but I think it's just some type of dry weed or something. Weeds. But they were selling on Amazon. It's almost like a whisk broom type thing, very firm and tight, you know. And so I thought, what would happen if I tried to do some mark making with this? What would happen? And earlier I did do some mark making with it. Again, I pulled a print. I was using Naples yellow and pale green as a light background that I put on the gel plate, and I pulled just a solid color with those two. And then I took some Payne's Gray, I believe it is, and I put a little in one of these cups here, tops, and wished the tips in it and went around. And I thought that that made a nice organic, and you could see the colors that I used to pull the print, which was pretty nice. And then I did another one where I had just a blue background, where I just wished this all over the paper. First, originally I pulled with Payne's Gray, I just pulled a speckled print, and then I put some blue and just did some marks. But then after that, you know, I mixed some bronze and white and yellow and started doing these circles. And so I'm going to show you on top of this one here what that kind of looks like. I already have some paint in here, so I'm going to take some Payne's Gray, and I kept mixing on top of paints that I had already had in here just to see what the effect would be. So I'm going to use some Payne's Gray and some teal, just a little teal mixed in here, and just like that. And it's kind of tough at the bottom. I probably need a little bit more. And what I did. It's pretty noisy, but it will give you a nice effect. This reminds me of the old school whisk broom, just a miniature version of it. But I like the fact that I can drag these marks across the paper. And mixing the teal with the Payne's gray actually gives a nice color. So the next time you see, be on the lookout rather for things that can give you some marks that are, you know, organic and interesting. Be on the lookout for those odd items. And so you can add other colors in the mix. I added some bronze. What I did was I took some cardstock, a long strip, and just folded it over and sliced it with these cuts. And I used some iridescent bronze, golden fluid acrylics, and I was able to add that. And I just whisked it around, get this nice gold effect. It's bronze, but it gives you that nice highlight. Just something different. Now I use mark making in my backgrounds and my paintings, but I also use it in my mixed media scrapbooks, art journals rather, where I use pieces of paper, of deli prints, but I also use leftover that I've pulled from the gel plate. So here we have this nice, I don't know if you can see it, I have this rice paper that comes on a roll, which is pretty cool. I can just roll it out. I don't remember what brand it is, but I had bought it from a couple of years ago from Amazon. I'm sure they still have it. So this is one way of doing some organic marks. Also, I spent some time going through my stamp collection, rubber stamps. I hadn't used them in a long time, and I decided to just go through them. And I didn't even go through all of them. I didn't realize how many I had. But here was a leftover pull on the plate that I'd done earlier with the same Naples yellow and pale green. And then I decided to, one by one, take my rubber stamps. And this is a very thin rice paper. It's not the heavier one I usually use. But it's a very thin one, but it does very well on the gel plate. And so I decided to just go through each stamp in the drawer and stamp them. And this is good because I could tear pieces of this. I could use it in my mixed media art journals. And then I did it just on the plain rice paper in case I want a translucent background without any color. And I continued to use my stamps that I found in the drawer. And then these are stamps that I had some of my paintings made into rubber stamps. And that was a couple of years ago when Zazzle from Zazzle.com was offering where you can put whether it's artwork or pictures onto rubber stamps. They don't seem to do it anymore. Perhaps not a lot of people took advantage of it. And I'm very sorry that I did not get more of them made. And so these two I can use in my mixed media art journal. It allowed me to really go through those stamps and see what I have, only to be reminded that, oh wow, I need to use them more. And then here was a ghost print that I had pulled from the plate, and I had stamp that has 4 sides to it where you get different types of leaves. And I said this would make a nice border in my journal or in any artwork that I'm doing. I had some ethnic stamps, and with these, these are foam stamps, so I use paint and my roller to roll the paint on. It doesn't work with the ink. And then I also had some stamps. These are the recent ones I bought and I forgot all about them. They're like river stones. And with the Brayer, just Brayer across it lightly with paint and put them on top of the rice paper. Different shades of blue. And this is great for if you pull ghost prints and you don't have a whole lot of paint that you pull, but you have like a ghost print of just some solid paint on the plate. And they can go over it with some stamping, foam stamps to use as mark making, a mark making background. And so that's kind of what I spent some time doing today. So I wanted to do a few more. Now this is a very thin rice paper. It has a smooth side. Well, this, yeah, has a smooth side. And so I'm going to do, this is a rubber with flowers. So I'm going to roll some, I have some bronze paint here. Sometimes I just like a translucent background where I don't necessarily want a colored background. That's pretty nice. I think I needed a little bit more paint here. And with these types of stamps, you can't put too much paint. The paint gets down in the corners and it gets blotchy. much paint. This would work well if you have a black background. If you pulled on the rice paper a Payne's gray or black pull and then go over it in the bronze, would be very nice. I'm not getting enough paint on here. I'll try not to use too much. For me, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm looking for just some type of background. I use these as background designs, so that one came out well. And I like just it being organic. Most of the time, these are torn in pieces. This is even nice if you want to wrap a gift for someone and you want to decorate the paper, wrap the item in the rice paper or deli paper, and it makes for a nice print design. You can get some flowers or whatever design you want. I think it's pretty dried out now, but it's just to show you this is a very nice effect on the rice paper or deli paper because it's thin. You could either have a color background that you pulled on the gel plate, or you can just have it translucent type. And so those are just, you know, a few ideas of prints that we can do. Organic markings that we can do, and looking for odd items that you can pull a print with or make, you know, some marks with. And so I will be using a lot of this in my journaling. And so those are just a few ideas. The other thing that would even work well on top of this, I just thought about, I had this script stamp here. And if I was to use some, let's see, I have some carbon black over here somewhere. Guess that disappeared. But some carbon black with the writing would definitely be great. And let's see. Since I spend a lot of time just for some reason my camera shut off. I don't know why. But I spend a lot of time experimenting, trying things. Yeah, that looks good. To have some writing. on top of those flowers. Looks pretty good. It could be strong or it can be faint. It's just ideas to enhance what we're doing. So right on top of these pretty flowers, we can put the scripted writing. If you have a stamp or a stencil, that will give you the writing. It works well on a bronze background. Okay, and so here you have it. It's a very nice effect, and this would work very well in the art journal. So have fun as you create and make marks and different things. Thanks for joining me today. Keep doing art. Till next time.